losing weight is really freaking hard, and you can do all the right things and you can still not lose weight. And at the end of the day, it really isn't about effort, and it really isn't about what you are or aren't doing wrong. It's really about biology. And that goes across the board. This is for you if you are a woman who's been thinking about GLP-1 medications, but you're not sure if it's right for you. You're worried about being on that medication forever, or you're worried about gaining the weight back when you stop. If you're serious about losing the weight and keeping it off so that you can stop fighting your own body and feel like yourself again. It's not easy, but it's absolutely possible. So my name is Zuleika Tayebji. I go by Dr. Ty because it's a lot easier to say. I am a family medicine doctor by trade. I'm board certified in family medicine. I'm board eligible in obesity medicine. I started off in primary care, quickly realized that weight loss was my passion and it's something that I'm really good at and that I do really well with my patients, and that's where I'm at and where I've transitioned into. The real problem is that your brain is lying to you about hunger and to your body about metabolism. This is not a you problem. Here's what's really going on. Your brain is being fed bad information. This isn't about discipline or willpower. It's a sign of a hidden biological imbalance. The good news is that there's a simple way to fix this, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. The reason why those medications are really good is because we are targeting that biology. We are targeting the gut-brain connection, which is the true reason we can't lose weight. Certainly, those medications decrease your appetite. They certainly make you more satisfied with your food. You certainly are going to eat less, but much more importantly, in my opinion, and through the evidence, is that it's going to change how your body processes food. We're going to basically put your body back to the biology of what it evolutionarily wise should be, how you should process food properly. My main diet of choice that I like the best is intermittent fasting, and I like it for several reasons. You actually tend to have decreased morbidity and mortality if you do intermittent fasting, so there's nothing wrong with that. In terms of weight loss, I like it because it's a really easy way for you to limit your portions, limit your quantity without trying very hard at it. If you know you've got a certain window during the day to eat, that's it. You've got your window. Within intermittent fasting, I do have specific tips about it. I recommend having one main meal a day, whether that's lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever your favorite one is, and having that be kind of the meal that you get to sit down and really enjoy and be mindful with. That is primarily semaglutide and tirzepatide. Semaglutide is known as Wegovy for weight loss, Ozempic for diabetes. Tirzepatide is known as Zepbound for weight loss, Mounjaro for diabetes. Those medications work very similarly. Semaglutide came out first. It is just a GLP-1. And it does, again, GLP-1 basically, for anyone who doesn't know, is a hormone that connects your gut and your brain and sort of dictates when you're hungry, when you should digest food, when you should metabolize food, et cetera, et cetera. And these medications are resetting that kind of flow with the GLP-1. So semaglutide came out first. It works very well. It is, kind of your generic lose weight, decrease food noise, all the kind of stuff that you would expect from those injectables. Tirzepatide is also a GLP-1. If you're not having effects with semaglutide, we switch you to tirzepatide. It usually makes a huge difference. The reason we usually start with the semaglutide is honestly financial. If your insurance doesn't cover Wegovy or Ozempic, semaglutide at a compound pharmacy is going to be less expensive. If you want to go to tirzepatide because hey, every family member's done well with it, genetically I know this is going to be better for me, then we just go straight there. So they're very similar. Tirzepatide has less side effects. It is more effective, but if we go the compound pharmacy route, it is more expensive. I have a lot of my patients who are perimenopausal or menopausal. A lot of things happen for women during that time. So in terms of my perimenopausal and menopausal women, the same stuff goes. The GLP-1s work very, very well, and we're actually seeing a lot of data about hormonal effects of GLP-1s on women in a positive way, whether that's estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, those sorts of things. We're seeing a lot of really positive effects of those medications on that specific patient population. I think that especially at that age, it's a really scary thing to all of a sudden be on a medication such as an injectable that's new. And so I will say a lot of my patients who are perimenopausal or menopausal, we try for a while without it. And I would say most people we end up usually doing the medicine because it does make a big difference. And again, we're not making any sort of big, huge changes to anything other than telling their body, hey, just because I have entered a different phase of my life, I still need to process my food the same way, and that's what that medication is going to do for it. One, because it's got a lot of really good evidence-based data behind it. Something important to note, and this is the second point, is that the medication alone will make things worse. So say you're thinking about getting the medication, you've maybe looked it up, you've looked up some places and seen some of those online options, quick questionnaire, no real conversation, a vial shows up at your door for a few $100 a month, easy, and it will work at first. The food noise will quiet down, then you stop the medication, maybe because you hit your goal weight, maybe you can't afford it anymore, maybe you just want to prove to yourself that you can, quote unquote, do this on your own. And then usually within 6 months, you'll have gained back 40 pounds. And I think the really important thing is that you didn't fail, you were set up to fail. Those online pill mills, they don't tell you what's actually going on in your body. They didn't help you unlearn the patterns that food noise created is needed. The key to your success is with this triangle. It is a proven 3-step system that will help you go from fighting your body every single day to finally losing weight and keeping it off without starvation diets, without white knuckling every meal, without staying on the medication forever. Here's a small taste of what it's done for others just like you. The first step is we call it quiet. This is where we use that medication to finally give your brain a break. We reset that misfiring hunger signal so that you can think clearly about food for the first time in years. The next step is rewire. The medication quiets the biological noise and affects the metabolism, affects the food noise, etc., but it doesn't change habits that you've built around food. If we don't address these patterns, if you stop the medication, the weight's going to come right back. This step is really the difference between quick results and long-term success. Lastly, release. My goal isn't for you to be on the medication forever. And then at the end of it, you walk away lighter, feeling like yourself, free from the medication, and with the confidence that you can maintain it on your own. This is the step that most people skip and why they gain it all back. One of the things that I think is the most important part of my clinic and my philosophy and my relationships with my patients is that it's a team. I've always believed that medicine should be a team-based process. I am obviously the physician. I have years of knowledge. I have many years of very detailed evidence-based medical knowledge, and I am a good guide for what will and what won't work. But I don't see my patients as my subjects. I think my patients are my partners in this. You, at the end of the day, know your body better than I do. And I know the medicine, you know your body. The combination between those two is key. I have a very strong relationship with my patients. I'm really excited to announce I have an exclusive opportunity for you today. The only way forward. Here's what I want to do for you. I want to help you finally understand what's been keeping you stuck, why past efforts haven't worked, and whether GLP-1 medications are the right path for you. Then we'll create a simple plan for you to move forward with confidence so you're not guessing anymore. Here's exactly how I can help you. The GLP-1 weight loss assessment has 3 components. Face-to-face Zoom call isn't just about talking about your problem. Included in it is the food noise score. This measures how loud your hunger signals actually are, the constant thoughts about food, the inability to stop chatter, that mental chatter that never shuts up. It reveals whether your brain is misfiring signals and exactly what's driving that pattern. We'll also create your weight loss resistance map. This map is going to show exactly when and why your body stopped responding and shows how your past efforts connect to where you're stuck now. It reveals that biological shift that most practitioners overlook and that online prescription sites never even ask about. Not only that, we'll also do the GLP-1 fit scan. This determines whether GLP-1 medications are right for your body, your history, and your goals. Not everyone is a candidate for this medication, and this is going to tell us if this approach will work for you before you waste your time or your money on something that isn't the right fit. I know how frustrating it is to go from doctor to doctor, appointment to appointment, hoping someone will finally take you seriously and give you real answers. That's why I designed this assessment to be different. It's not a generic questionnaire. It's not a rushed 10-minute conversation. This is the most valuable hour you'll ever invest in solving your weight loss struggle. And I hear that from women all the time. Now, I normally charge almost $700 for this assignment. If all this call did was finally help you stop blaming yourself for something that was never about willpower, it would be worth it. Give you clarity on whether these medications are right for you, save you from the rebound weight gain that happens when you do this the wrong way, it would be worth it. But you won't pay that $697. You won't pay $397, $197. Today it's just $47 because you've invested your time to watch this today. I'm going to offer this assessment, which is almost a $700 value, for just $47. This is your chance to finally stop guessing and start moving forward with a real plan, with a real doctor who specializes in this, with answers that actually make sense for your body. If you want to finally understand why nothing has worked and what will, get a personalized plan based on your food noise score, your GLP-1 fit scan, and your weight loss resistance map. See if you're a good fit for working with me so we can do this together the right way. Take advantage of this opportunity now. Simply click the link below, book your assessment, and let's do this together. I'll see you on the call.